So I'm working on my retro shooter Zero Limit, and this is devlog number 11. And my game is filled with a lot of blood and gore, like this for example. In this update, I decided to make a new arena, and it's probably not what you expect. And as you can see, I decided to go with something completely different. Why? I don't know either. So in this devlog, I will show you how I made the arena, from start to end. So we need to make a few different things. So first of all, we need to make the terrain, then we need to make props like trees, flowers, etc. And then we need to make enemies, and that's it. So the first thing I did was that I went into Unity, because it's inside Unity that I need to make the arena, obviously. So I've now added a bunch of simple things, like for example, the UI, the pit, where the player falls down, and like the outline or the layout for the arena. And yes, there's no textures, but it works. So I started off by making the terrain, and I've actually never done this in Unity, but I don't think it's going to be that hard. And I think it turned out okay. And now it's time to paint the textures onto the terrain. And as I said with the terrain, I've also actually never done this in Unity, and I don't think it's going to be that hard. So Google wasn't any help, so I had to figure the whole thing out myself, and it took quite a long time, actually like a whole hour I think, but I also actually fixed the lighting because it looked really bad, and now it actually looks a lot better with the textures and the fixed lighting, so that's great. So now it's time to move on to props. So I went into the Unity Asset Store and then scrolled for a while to find some grass textures and some tree models. And I actually found some that actually fit in really well. And I tweaked them a bit, like changed the color and stuff. So after making the terrain, I started to work on the arena itself. And I actually came up with about 3 different builds. But I settled with the last one because the 2 others just didn't fit the style of the grass and trees. Once the arena shape was done, I started throwing on some textures. I tried a couple different looks. At first, some were way too bright, some just didn't match the style, but after some time I actually found one that matched the style of the grass and trees really well. So after messing around with the textures for a while, this is what I landed on. And honestly, I think this fits way better with the grass and trees than the first few tries did. So now, it's time to move on to enemies. Okay, so for the enemies, I'm just going to add in some enemy spawners, and then change how many enemies can spawn, what enemy types can spawn, the max amount of enemies, and the minimum amount of enemies. So now I'm finished with everything. I have placed down the spawners, I have made the terrain, I have made the map, props, so now it's time to see what it actually looks like. Alright, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Bye. There's nothing else to see. Seriously, you can click away now. I'm just gonna end the video.